I'm on the recruiting trail this week with St. Mark's Colin Smith. Colin, how's it going?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm pretty good. Trying to stay warm as it's freezing. I mean, I live on the lake and it's literally frozen solid. It's kind of crazy. But let's talk about your recruiting a little bit. Still a junior, so you have some time to decide where you're going to go to college. But what are some colleges that you're looking at right now?
Definitely a lot of interest is from Big 12 schools, Texas Tech, Baylor, and then just all around the country, Stanford, Michigan, Purdue, UNC, just trying to take in all this experience and just be grateful for everything that's coming my way.
I remember back during my recruiting days, it was always fun to go and see the schools as well as get all of the letters. I still have a collection of letters, but what are you looking for in a college, and what will make a college fit for you and a program fit for you for that next step and for taking your college career?
Yeah, so definitely looking for a college just I fit well in, something I feel comfortable at. The coaching staff, that's what I'm trying to do right now, just build relationships with the coaching staff, just get to know them better and stuff like that. And definitely just want to fit in and just see who they have coming in. That's a big part. And then just school in general, that's a big part of who I am. I'm really school oriented. Academics is the big thing in my family. So definitely going to play a big role in where I choose on going.
So you were kind of talking about how academics are a big part of who you are. But who is Colin Smith? I mean, we get to see you on the basketball court, but we don't get to see you off of it. So who is Colin Smith? Can you kind of give us a synopsis of who you are away from the court?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people get the impression that I'm more of a serious guy on the court. I don't really show that many emotions, but off the court, you can ask anyone. I'm just a goofy guy. I make a lot of jokes. You can ask Coach Geiler practice. It's intense, but I'm usually just cracking jokes, just doing a lot of stuff, just trying to make the environment a little fun, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm just a goofy guy, just get to know well, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a cool guy, I guess you could say.
I love it. Cracking jokes. Do you have any special talents is what I really need to know now.
Special talents. I don't know if I have any special talents, but I'm good at some random stuff like acting and just things like I could juggle a little bit maybe if I try.
You can juggle?
Very good at kinda. But yeah, I'm pretty good at video games and stuff like that. So
well, we might have to get a video of you juggling and see if we can make that go viral. I would like to see that at some point in time.
It's tough to go viral these days. I'm doubting that a regular kid juggling is gonna go viral.
So how would you describe yourself to fan bases as a player? You said there's fan base like Purdue and some of those schools that aren't in the Big 12 or aren't in Texas are looking at you as well. So they might not get to see you play as much as we here in the Metroplex do. So what kind of player are you, and how would you describe your game?
I kind of would describe myself as like an all-around threat, just someone who, whenever they're on the court, they're just going to do what they have to do to help their team win. If you need me to lock up somebody, I'll go out there and just guard whoever I need to guard. And if you need me to get a bucket, I'll get a bucket. And if you just need me to be a role player, I could just go out there, play a role, and just do whatever I have to do to help my team win. So that's my mindset. Just do whatever you got to do to win. So.
And it's really cool to, see how many players have come out of the DFW Metroplex going to the NBA. I mean, you've got RJ Hampton, Tyrese Maxey, and Jamias Ramsey this last year, but it's such a big pool of competition. Can you talk about what it's like growing up here in the DFW Metroplex and the competition that you have on the basketball court?
Yeah, I think coming from me, it's definitely one of the top states, just basketball in general. Every team has a great player, and you never know what you're going to get yourself into. And especially in AAU ball is different. Every team is stacked. Every team is going to be really good. So I think there's a lot of good players around in Dallas. You can't really say who's better, say who's worse. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just go out there and play, and you'll see who's better.
And you mentioned AAU, but you also play at St. Mark's, and y'all have a phenomenal basketball team. Can you talk about your time at St. Mark's and what that basketball program is like and how much it means to you?
Yeah, so I've been at St. Mark's since I was in 6th grade, and Harrison was there since he was 1st grade. So we kind of came up in the program young, so there's a lot of expectations, and so we just been building the program up. Coach Goller's helping us out, so we just the brotherhood we have there is unmatched. We're all friends, we're all close, and the way we play basketball, we just like to get everyone involved. We move the ball. That's something that we pride ourselves in, is ball movement, and just we're a great shooting team, and that's just something that gets us and keeps us in games a lot. So I think that's why this team is so good.
And you and I got to talk about it a little bit earlier in the week, but we'll talk about it here too on the recruiting trail. So this season you guys aren't getting to play in postseason as the SBC is not having playoffs, not getting to try to hit that repeat button for a championship, but y'all are still playing, still duking it out. Still putting on the basketball uniform, even though there is no reward at the end besides getting to play. But what is that experience like, and how much does that really build the bond of this St. Mark's team?
Yeah, I think it's definitely been another challenge we've had to face. Like last year, we had the tornado and stuff like that, and now we have COVID, and now we're going through this winter storm. So I think it's just built us mentally tough. So I think that's just something we're used to. So whenever we get the chance to play, we're just going to go out there and play as hard as we can. We just love to play basketball, and the news about not having any championships was definitely heartbreaking. We wanted to repeat, but we knew that just having the opportunity was just a blessing to play the game, because a lot of places like states they're not getting able to play at all. So we're just lucky to play at all. So.
And so being a junior, you still have a whole year ahead of you before graduation, even deciding where you're going to go to college. But what are some of those things that you're going to be focusing on going into your senior year? And what are some of the skills or maybe things that you're going to be working on physically as well?
Yeah, so I definitely have a lot of things on my mind I want to work on as a player. I want to become a lot more of a leader. That's what I'm trying to work on a lot. Point guard skills, just handling the ball, passing and stuff like that. Just trying to be an all-around player, like I said earlier, and just be able to affect the game in so many different ways that if you stop me from scoring, I'm just going to help on the defensive end or playmaking, something like that. So just trying to build an all-around game.
And are there any players that you kind of model your game after, or that you take skills from, or something along those lines that you've kind of looked up to as you're trying to develop to become and hit that ultimate goal, whatever it might be?
Yeah, there's a couple of players I watch with a close eye. I like to watch LeBron and just the way he attacks the basket, but you think he's gonna score, but he always has his eyes up looking to pass. That's something I like. His passing abilities. You could say it's underrated, but I think he's one of the best passers ever. And just him and Giannis getting to the basket, Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard being able to create space and get their shots off quick. And then just people on the defense end, anyone, Patrick Beverley a little bit, he fouls a little bit, but that's okay. He's just the intensity he brings to the game. That's something I want to bring to the game as well. Just try to be an all-around player.
So off topic real quick, but still something I find really interesting, and maybe I can get some of your insight on it. But some of the things I've noticed on social media is that basketball is looking way more creative lately, like that with passing and with, utilizing your entire team. Are you guys as younger players kind of noticing those things and seeing like these highlight reels and saying to yourselves, oh, well, let's implement that kind of style, this more creative style into what we do now?
Yeah, I think the game is definitely evolving a lot. A lot of things we didn't see about 20 years ago, So I think just everyone, like I said, is just trying to put in stuff in their game they didn't have before. You see a lot of big men starting to be able to shoot from super deep, stuff like that. You just gotta evolve with the game, and I see a lot of players doing that, and that's what a lot of college coaches like to see. Someone that they can put in their system. Positionless basketball is definitely becoming something that's huge around the country. So just being able to do everything on the court is just so important to everyone.
The fact you said 20 years ago just had to make me chuckle. You're not even or even around 20 years ago, and you're referencing games from 20 years ago. I like it. Definitely a student of the game. Last question, then I'll let you go. I appreciate your time today. But, you know, as you're getting into your last season, when it's all said and done, what do you want the legacy to have been that you leave at St. Mark's High School?
I just want to be known as someone that left their heart on the court, you know, just someone that played hard all the time, and just someone that was a great leader, but also a great friend off the court, someone that was always there if you were down or something like that, but definitely just an all-around great person and just a great player.
Awesome, Colin. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Recruiting Trail.
Thank you.